confirmation Monday morning. So if that happens Monday morning at their 10 o'clock meeting, then we can bring it to the full body Monday evening.
I'll move that we approve whoever they approve at their Monday meeting, and then it will be presented to the full body Monday night for us. So just move it to the full commission for Monday night's vote, and whoever they approve at their Monday morning meeting, have that come to the floor Monday night.
Good enough. Okay. Is there any discussion on that?
Need a second?
I say.
Yeah, Turner second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
Good enough. John, you abstain?
Hold on, so he moved to approve whoever the library board approves.
Yes.
Well, I guess to recommend, as a nomination, because it would have to go before
Approve.
full commission.
Whoever they approve as a recommendation.
Right.
That will be our nomination.
Right.
Yeah, and that's one of the very interesting things that Peggy and I discovered is we take recommendations from the library board, but actually that should work in reverse. They take whoever we give them. And I don't want to split hairs on that, but that's fine if they nominate.
We just beg people to do it.
Okay, Industrial Development Board, Brad Jenkins, Darrell Keck, Alex Miller, all rolled off. Their term expired December 2012. Tom Hodge resigned. Okay, the chair, oh gosh, I see his face and I apologize, I can't think of his name. Dagnan.
Jeff Dagnan.
Jeff said that each of those three, Brad Jenkins, Darrell Keck, and Alex Miller, were all willing to go back on the board. Tom Hodge is not. So then we've also got a few others that submitted applications. I know that I sent all those to Peggy. She got them out to you all a few meetings ago. And I've got any of those in here. If you all want to review any of it or ask about any of it, that's fine. Those being Brandy Hammer and Stephen Hammer, and I can tell you who they are. They're you'll probably recognize them with the Save Our Farms and Home. Steve is the guy with the beard and the long hair, and Brandy's his wife. Samantha Kinley, and I'm not familiar. I've got her paperwork, her application in here, but I don't know her personally. Craig Kisbeth Sr., Coach Kisbeth. Donna Rabin, she emailed me this morning. I forwarded it out to everybody. She asked for her name to be withdrawn, so we're going to strike her name. Robert Ryan and Jim Snodgrass. I'm going to repeat those again for you all. Brad Jenkins, Darrell Keck, Alex Miller, Brandy Hammer, Stephen Hammer, Samantha Kinley, Craig Kisbeth, Robert Ryan, and Jim Snodgrass. Now, we advertised, and just so everybody understands this, we advertised this because we were having a meeting early. We needed a couple of weeks' notice, and they had to get it in before that meeting. When that meeting it failed to have a quorum. When that meeting failed to have a quorum, there were several people that asked Peggy from the Save Our Farms and Homes, we'd like to be on that committee, can we submit an application? And as chair, I said no, because I felt like it was an injustice to everyone who had their information in time. Okay? However, if any of you have any nominations that you'd like to bring at this time, I'll entertain those.
I'd like to ask who those persons were.
Peggy didn't give me any names, and I didn't want any names.
I'd like to know who they are, because if they're willing to serve and they were interested enough to come forward, I'd like to know who they are.
Well, I don't think they should be eligible to serve since they didn't meet the deadline.
Well, in that case, under that rationale, it'd mean that anyone that we bring up now wouldn't be either,
Why?
because they didn't get theirs in.
These are the citizen input forms, but if one of those people, and I'll let Peggy know this too, because she's the, I told her, all the people on this committee, and I said, any nomination can come from this committee, so if any of those people would like to serve, have them contact their commissioner and tell them to bring them up.
It's of no consequence really, we can find out who they were and they can be brought up at the commission meeting and added at that point anyway.
Certainly.
It's no consequence.
Okay, does everybody have a good list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on it?
Who was after Darrell Cat?
Alex Miller.
So you're including the three from Jenkins, Cack, and.
We're filling 4 positions.
It's 9.
We're filling 4, there's 9 on here.
Question,
Yes.
is one of those for the unexpired term of, he is not, he is.
Tom Hodge.
Yes.
Yes.
How, okay, so do we need to do 3 and then do 1, or what do y'all want to do? Question.
What I'll do is, we've got 3, and for instance, Brad Jenkins, just because we reappoint him doesn't mean that he takes on his term that expired in 2012. He could take on the resigned term that, that's February 27, 2013. He could take on that one, the unexpired term. So,
That's
again,
what
I
I'm
think, I agree with what you're asking, and I think that should be designated, and we'll just run straight down the list. So, the first one that we'll fill.
Let me make a suggestion.
Sure.
Why don't we take the top 3 vote getters, get the terms you're refilling, the one that's the 4th one, the lowest vote getter gets the unexpired term.
What do you do with the tie?
We vote again.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
matter
that's,
to me, I just want.
That's
I
a
would
good
think
idea.
that
The
would
easiest
be
way to do it.
the
Say
way
that
it would
again?
work.
Same thing you do in a ball game, play it over.
What we're looking
I
at,
don't know about one.
Play that extra
Good
in.
idea.
what we're looking
Play
at
another day.
is the top 3 vote getters would get the 3 full terms.
Okay.
The number 4 vote getter would get the unexpired term. And that makes sense.
That's just a suggestion.
Is there anybody that has a problem with going with that suggestion? I like it. As chair, I would say that's a good way to do it, and we can move forward with that. Is there any objection to that? Good enough.
The 4th vote getter gets the resigned term.
Yeah, and Ms. Sheets, do you have, or Sammy, do you have the list of them written down? I want somebody to be able to get those, Jimmy Dale.
Yes, I got them.
Okay, Jimmy Dale, there's 9 people. There's 9 people: Brad Jenkins, Darrell Keck, Alex Miller, Brandy Hammer, Steve Hammer, Samantha Kinley, Craig Kisbeth, Robert Ryan, and Jim Snodgrass. And there's 4 positions. 3 of them are full terms, and 1 of them's an unexpired term from Tom Hodge who resigned. These are for IDB, okay? And
How long is this term still gonna be for? That 4th term, the resigned
I apologize,
term? It's not important, I just thought maybe I should put it in my notes.
I can get you that
We'll
information.
know because of.
Yeah, I can get you that information.
Mr. Chairman, this is an old one from back in January, I guess, but Tom Hodge had term begin January 11, term expired January 17.
Okay, 1/17.
2017?
No, yes.
It says Jan
Is it a
17.
6-year term?
January, yeah, when did it start? 11?
Jan 11, Jan 17.
Now, that doesn't seem right, because
So
it should be a
it's 6
7-year term,
It's missing.
unless he was filling an unexpired term. But it's a 7-year term.
Okay.
That IDB serves for 7 years at a time. Yeah, that is.
He may have taken on more.
You get 3 labels in prison.
And all these other ones will start January 13 and end December 2020. January 13, yeah. What's that?
It's 7 years?
7 years.
It's like being like,
I was just,
sentenced to prison, but you get meals in
I was
prison.
just dumbfounded about it.
Now, I'll tell you one other caveat, not to muddy the water, because I do want to move forward with this, okay? At 6:14, I want to get this done. When we start actually looking at 2007-46, there's issues even here. And this one's set up by state statute, and it mentions in there that all of these members are supposed to belong to groups like a Chamber of Commerce or a,
What's the point of having them both?
I don't know, I'm just
Let's
telling you what the
dissect that later.
statute says. But we can look at that when we play with 2007-46. Okay,
Permit, instead
so
of like-
let's start down the list, and,
Should we just raise hands for each person?
I think that's the best way to do it, and we'll just see, and you can vote, I don't care if you vote for every one of them, but ideally you'd vote for 4.
Or you could do a roll call and name out the 4 names that you
Let's
want.
do, oh, that's probably better.
Okay,
Let's do that.
Kesterson,
Snodgrass, Kisbeth, Jenkins, and Keck.
Snodgrass, Kisbeth, Jenkins, and Keck. Jimmy Dale,
The very same.
okay?
1 second.
And I'm just writing the numbers of the districts that voted for them down, that's easier for me to write the names. Miss Music,
Keck, Jenkins, Hammer, Steve Hammer, and Snodgrass.
Turner,
Craig Kisbeth, Jenkins, Keck, and Miller.
Solomon,
Kisbeth, Jenkins, Snodgrass, and Brandy Hammer.
Barrero,
Miller, Brandy Hammer, Steve Hammer, and Samantha Kimball.
Scarlett,
Samantha Kinley, Jim Snodgrass, Brad Jenkins, Darryl Keck.
Tucker, I'm gonna go Jenkins, Keck, Kisbeth, Snodgrass. Estes,
Keck, Jenkins, Miller, Kisbeth.
and Sheets.
Scarlett, Hammer.
Wait a minute,
Wait,
wait a minute,
Scarlett's not
Scarlett.
an option.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh, that was,
I'm sorry.
all right, cricket. Okay, I've got Keck,
Okay.
Miller, Hammer,
Which
Which
Hammer?
one?
Brandy. or
Brandy, and Snodgrass.
You scared me.
Snodgrass has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kisbeth has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Kisbeth is
7,
the
8. Keck has 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jenkins has 8. Okay, so Jenkins has 8, Keck has 8, Snodgrass has 7, Kisbeth has 6. So, per our discussion earlier, Jenkins, Keck, and Snodgrass for the 3 full terms, and Kisbeth for the unexpired term, which is still about a 6 year sentence. Is everybody good with that? Does anybody want to recount or anything like that?
I think you get it right.
So you got Jenkins and Keck with 8, Snodgrass with 7, and Kisbeth with 6. That's what I got.
That's correct. Okay, and there was one other thing that I have to apologize, I skipped over it in the agenda, and that was the approval and correction of the minutes. And what I'm gonna ask for, I know that those minutes have been emailed out back in October, I believe, and then we emailed them out again in January, and emailed them out again in April. So hopefully y'all had a chance to review those minutes. Were there any corrections to the minutes? Okay?
Well, I would like to strike where I had typed in there more notes on this later, because I didn't find those notes. There's
Okay.
something in the landfill, I think.
In the landfill?
Yeah, and they left my brain, so.
You wanna see if Bobby can do
If, I would
that?
like to tell anyone, if you have something you want to add, that you see that is important, that's not in there, please do. I'll only typed up part of them and then just did a really rough outline for the rest.
Are there any corrections?
I have something.
Okay.
I know I had made a motion, this is, September 27th. I think the Ag Committee, the Library Board, and I'm gonna have to look at my notes that I haven't had a chance to get to yet to see. I made a motion to defer those until we got those recommendations back.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that reflected in the minutes that they got deferred.
Okay. So you wanna add it to?
Yeah, but I need to,
Well, how did the motion go?
it passed.
It did pass?
Yeah, that's why they
Then
didn't
we
get
may
it.
have messed up because we just did the, what did you say, the Ag Committee?
No, they were deferred till we got a recommendation.
Sure, and it was what? The Ag
It
Committee?
was Ag, the Library Board.
We don't have a recommendation from Library Board.
Well,
until-
You came and told us that they were trying to do it, you got last minute, so I mean, it's nothing in the world to me. I'm trying to look at my notes to see what the other one might have been, because I don't remember.
I want to follow the motions of this. I guess, do y'all feel okay about what was done there? Do you feel like that what the Library Board told us is a recommendation?
If we don't do that, we're just putting it off till August.
Right.
I have a problem with it.
Okay. Well, you made the motion. I don't know who the second was, but apparently you
I'll
had
pin it
enough
on
votes that, huh?
I'll pin it on Russ.
Okay. Russ, do you feel like that the Library Board has brought us a recommendation?
That the plan is to take what they come with on Monday, right?
Yes.
When they come with it, they will.
Well, and I'll tell you, they're gonna come with it more than probably, just like they came with it today. They're gonna tell me, and I'm happy to email out whatever. But he called me today, and I think y'all want to see something more than that, but that's what's gonna come on Monday after the 10 o'clock. He's supposed to give me a call.
I don't care if you just tell us Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that was a motion to wait on Ag Library and one other?
I don't remember what it was, and I don't have it in my notes, it's been
I'll
since
just say
September.
move to another.
So just, don't worry about it. Just do those two, it doesn't really matter. It's not-
okay, so we have a correction to the minutes. Are there any other corrections to the minutes? I'd entertain a motion to accept or to amend the minutes.
Second.
Turner, Patterson, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? The ayes have it. Being no other business on our agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh,
Our meeting schedule and times, I'd like to make a recommendation that we meet at the same time, monthly, if we need to, as a recommendation before the work session on the same day, if that's agreeable. But to set a standard now, on meeting times and dates, so that we can plan appropriately.
I think that that's a fantastic idea. We did that in the full body the other day.
Well, I'm making that as a motion right here, that we establish a meeting schedule.
We already have, and it's been published in the newspaper, that we have a standing
This-
meeting schedule, and it's gonna be at 6 o'clock on the day of the work session, every time we have one. And I did that to
But
save our,
maybe I misunderstood that motion, or that statement. I thought it was just for this meeting.
no, it was for everyone we have, and I told, at that time, I informed the chair that if we didn't have business, we'd cancel it, but we can cancel it quicker than we can get one on the agenda. And that's how I did public service. Every committee I've chaired has always had a standing time, so I think that's a great idea, but we've already done that. Our meeting schedule is 6 o'clock, every work session. Unless there's no business, then we'll
So
cancel.
if we don't have a monthly,
Work session, there is no meeting.
okay.
And if we, because August, we say we don't have a work session in August.
I just wouldn't agree that we wouldn't have one just because there's a work session. We may have something pressing that we need to do. I mean,
Right
it
now,
doesn't matter. It's,
right now, the schedule is, now I can entertain a motion if you want to amend the schedule, but right now, the schedule is 6 o'clock every time that we have a work session. 6 o'clock every time we have a work session. We don't have a work session, we don't have a meeting.
I think that's a good deal, that way we're not driving over here, for just this meeting.
Well, the other thing we can do with that is we publish it one time. You know, we talk about all the advertising costs. Depew and Associates and Dang Standard Bank are ripping us off. They're,
Trying to make a
oh, are
living.
y'all in here? I bet that doesn't show up in either article. Yeah.
I'm fine with that, that was my concern.
Okay.
Does everybody understand it's at 6?
I'm glad for the clarification. I didn't know it was.
I didn't know it was set, I just knew this one.
Yep,
That's
6
it.
o'clock,
That's fine.
night, we have work sessions. Is there any other business?
Make a motion with adjourn.
Well,
Okay,
I just wanted to make sure,
There you
is 2007-46 on the next agenda?
I think we already did that.
Covered.
Yeah.
It
I
is,
just made that.
Fix
just
that.
clarify,
Okay,
just clarify.
sure.
All right.
I make a motion with adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Is there any objection?